Let's give it up for Mark Redmond.
In the 1990s, I was director of what's called a residential treatment center right outside of New York City. It was for New York City teenagers, boys and girls who didn't really have families to live with. A lot of them already had arrest records, a lot of them were former gang members, and they lived on this campus, and I was director. And I had this idea, let's start a basketball team. We'll start a girls team and a boys team. We'll play against area high schools. Well, the girls did fine. They won about half their games. But the boys, every game they got creamed. They would lose by like 30 or 40 points. They were playing against kids who played together for years, and they had just started playing together. So the last game of the season was an away game against Yonkers, and I went up to our gymnasium with my son. He was about 8 years old, just to see them off and wish them well. And as soon as I got there, they said, "Mr. Redmond, our coach isn't here. Can you take us to the game?" So I was like, well, even if I take you to the game, who's going to coach you? And they were like, "Can you do that too?" Now, I had never coached basketball in my life, but I felt sorry for them. I said, "All right, get the van. My son will come. Let's go." So as we're driving up the driveway, I see our recreation director. Her name was Terry. And she flags us down and says, "What are you doing?" I said, "Your coach didn't show. I'm taking the boys to the game." She says, "Who's going to coach them?" I said, "Me." She said, "You ever coached basketball before?" I said, "No." She said, "Move over, I'm coming with you." So she jumps in the van. We go to Yonkers, and it's a low-income, high-crime area. I know that. I can see that right away. That doesn't faze me. I've worked in those kinds of areas my whole life. So we go inside this big gym. It's packed with a couple of hundred of their fans. The opposing coach comes up to me, nice guy, Hispanic guy, short guy, says, "We're going to play 4 quarters, we have a referee." It's like, great. So the game begins, and like all the other games, we immediately fall behind. Our guys don't know what they're doing. By the halftime, we're down by like 20 points. So Terry takes them aside. She actually knew basketball. So she starts making adjustments, giving them instructions, changing positions. So the second half begins, and our guys play better. In fact, they start to catch up. So the 20 gap loss is now like 15. They were down by 12. We're down by 9, and our guys are psyched. They're cheering, they're celebrating. For the first time the whole season, we're in this game. And then all of a sudden I hear this bang, crash. And I look out, and one of their fans has thrown a folding metal chair right out onto the court. So for the first time, I looked at those hundreds of fans, and I thought, you know, except for me, Terry, the ref, and the other coach, I don't see one responsible adult in that whole crowd. And they don't look happy. So I started to get this uneasy feeling, you know, is this safe? So with seconds left in the third period, one of our players, I still remember his name, Kareem, he takes the ball, he goes down the whole court, he does like this Michael Jordan move, bam, right into the basket. The quarter ends, we're within like 2 points. And then the ref takes the ball and he raises it and he goes, "Game over." And I ran up, I said, "What do you mean game over? There's a whole quarter to go." And he looks at me and goes, "Mister, if you know what's good for you, this game is over." So the opposing coach runs up, the guy had been so nice to me, and he looks frightened. And he says, "Where's your van?" I said, "It's down the block." He's like, please get your players and get out of here now." So my heart is pounding. I got my 8-year-old son, I'm grabbing players, come on, let's go, come on, I'm looking for everybody. And then we're standing outside in the gym on the sidewalk, and I'm saying, "Do we have everyone?" And then I look up and I can see that these fans are forming a circle around us. And one of them takes a beer bottle and goes smash, smashes it right at our feet. When I heard that, I just went, "Run!" So we headed down that block. I had no idea if we were being chased or not. So we got to the van. Now this is before the days where you went beep, beep, and the doors open. You actually had to put the key in. So we get up to the van, and I got the keys, and I'm fumbling with them. And the boys are like, "Please, Mr. Redmond, please, open the van, open the van." I even hear one kid say, "I didn't even have my gun with me." So I finally opened the van. we pile inside, and then I'm looking, do we have Redmond? Everyone here. And I realize that Terry is not with us. So one of the boys goes, there she is, Mr. Redmond, right there. And she's standing right in front of the gym where we were. And another kid goes, drive on the sidewalk, Mr. Redmond, drive on the sidewalk. So I started that van, and I gunned it, and I drove right on that friggin' sidewalk, right down the block, and I roared up in front of that gym. People are diving out of the way. I stopped, Terry jumped in, I just floored it, and we got the hell out of there. On the way back, I spotted a pizza parlor that was still open, and we went inside, and I ordered pizza and sodas for the boys, and I said, boys, tonight we're celebrating, because in my mind, you won. If they had kept that game going on, you would have won. You were the champions tonight. And they were all like, yeah, we would have won, we would have won, we're celebrating. So as I sat there watching them, and it was a nice end of the season, I thought, yeah, we're celebrating all right. Celebrating that we got out alive. Thank you.